Okay, we are live now. Please continue.
Do we get the notification as people join in? We'll wait for 2 minutes and then start so that people can join in easily.
Okay. Yes, yes.
Yeah. So I think we should start now.
Yeah.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Jyoti. I'm your host and moderator for this session organized by MNF Law Firm. It is based on careers after law with a special focus on judicial services. We are more than happy to have Subarno Jyoti sir with us. He did his schooling from JNV, his HS from Ramanuj Gupta Junior College, and he pursued his law from Assam University. He cracked his judicial services examination in 2016 and is currently the Judicial Magistrate First Class cum Railway Magistrate Silchar. Welcome, sir. It is our pleasure to have you here.
Thank you, Ms. Singh. Thank you very much.
Yeah,
It's my pleasure to be here.
thank you. So we'll begin with the first question. My first question being, what was the reason for you to choose law as your field of subject? Did you ever have a calling towards that, or was it an instant
No,
decision that you made?
no. I never had that calling for. Actually, wanted to pursue biotechnology, but yeah, after my plus two, I don't know why I joined law. It just happened actually, and it's now I can say that it happened only for the good reasons. And it's not with me. Yeah, there are so many seniors of mine of this faculty of Assamese faculty, and also some high court judges and judges of session court. They also same story that they have never planned to pursue law as a career, or they have never planned to pursue law in any sense, but gradually they have entered, and fortunately they have done well. So this is the
So,
case also also with me too.
so we can say that there are no regrets there.
Well, right
Uh,
now I have no reason to regret actually. If I say I'm
of
regretting, then I'm lying.
Of course, sir. Uh, sir, moving on, what are the options that are available to a law student who just passes out, and how does one determine where exactly his calling is? What is it that he should do? Because under law, we have so much to do, so much scope, and there is
Yes,
a variety of options that we have that is available to us. So, how does one
yes.
determine which is the field that is perfect for me, and what are the options first of all?
No, it's very confusing. Actually, the 5 years course is good course, and 3 years also the 3 years course is also very good. The thing is that if someone is predetermined after plus 10, if he or she is predetermined that I want to pursue law as a career, then for him or her the 5 year option is very good, because in 5 years you saved 1 year. In 3 years course you actually study 1 year more, because 3 years of graduation plus 3 years of LLB. But
Mhm.
but in order to choose law as a field,
Mhm.
of course, every person has their own story or own calling for it. But I personally think those who want to see society in a very closer way and give a very healing touch to the society, they really can pursue law. So far, first question is concerned, then what is options available? Because it's very important nowadays. Having a job, especially a good one, is very very important. Otherwise, your parents or society, especially relatives, especially relatives, especially relatives, they will say you. So for them, and for also for yourself, that you should have a very proper, a very clear picture that if you study law, then what are your option after pursuing LLB or LLM, whatever may be. So my first option is LLM, because LLM is not controlled by Bar Council of India. LLM is basically a university based. A university designed its course. There are so many universities. There are 1 year LLM like Tripura University. In Assam University, there are two year LLM. Maximum universities are having. There are distance LLM also. After LLB, you definitely can pursue LLM. But please, this is my request. Don't pursue LLM just because you have nothing to perform after LLB. Because I have seen, this is my very clean observation, that students are pursuing LLM because after LLB they have no option. They have never thought. Last 5 years they had never thought what to do, and to keep their parents on, and especially relatives, they actually entered into a new field called LLM. Because for me, though LLM is the master option of LLB, but still there's a huge difference. And for those students who are pursuing LLM, please choose your specialization paper very nicely. Otherwise, there will be no difference between LLM and LLB. And if you are doing you have done LLB from Assam University or Ekachanda Law College, or any college or university of Northeast India or eastern part of India, then yeah, CLET is the better option to pursue after giving CAT, or in Delhi Law School they have separate examination, in other law school they have separate examination. You can do it and definitely get a good seat for LLM in this course. My second option will be UPSC or Assam Public Service Commission, or any state public service commission, West Bengal Public Service Commission, anything, because the law graduate students are having a edge over other student in interview, I have seen, because the interview board, so for UPSC concern, or UPSC or APSC concern, the person having LLB degree, they are giving a bit 1% at least, half a second smarter, 1% more importance to a person having law as a degree, because it is widely accepted that the student having LLB can arrange a matter, can manage a matter a bit better than person having other degree. So UPSC definitely is a wonderful option. APSC or other state service commission is after LLB is a wonderful option. My third is obviously judicial service. There are so many persons telling me why I have not told them the judicial service is the first option. But I will discuss about judicial service at the very end, because I have to discuss it a bit more than other career options. So I'm keeping it for last phase discussion. My fourth option is normal practice in lower judiciary, practice, not in high court, not in Supreme Court. I'm because people, I personally don't suggest that people after a very fresh law graduate should go high court directly. If he or she has any close relative, father, mother, or anybody, he or she can go. But if you really don't have any godfather, please, if you are very keen for advocacy or practice, please visit lower judiciary, start your practice from judicial magistrate court, municipal court, CGM court. Then, because you really have to build your career from ground zero level, otherwise it's very difficult. And so many students nowadays in their syllabus also, court visit is there, so they can use that course visit. Until not having much discussion about course visit, but they can use their court visit to learn some procedural thing. And nowadays, I've seen the syllabus of other law colleges. They have CRPC, CPC in 4th and 5th semester. it is actually good, because I personally think before any sort of court visit or any sort of field work, normal knowledge or common knowledge of CRPC and CPC is absolutely must. If you have CRPC and CPC knowledge, then you really can visit court. At least you can understand the procedure, what is happening. Otherwise, you have seen in Bollywood picture, everything is going on in your head. You will think that, oh, this is not film, but you think that in a very real court. No, it's not. It's not like movie where some hero is just shouting like anything. It's really not the movie. But my request is that please have a better picture of CRPC and CPC before your court visit. So practice is a very good thing, but you really have to start, because it's very difficult to start the individual practice. But practice is a good option. Having a good senior is like a boon. So those students who really want to pursue practice as their career, they should start from district judiciary, I mean subordinate court, because from where you can build your base and gradually, and you really have to have patience, because students, especially 5 years LLB students, they are not coming to court because I really don't know why they really don't like courts. Because I have seen there so many of my juniors told me, no, I really don't like courts. But my simple question is that you have pursued, you have done your LLB, and if you are saying that you don't like you don't like courts, then it's kind of oxymoron to me. Yes, especially girls, they really don't want to go to courts. But this is my request, please. This is very bad bias. I don't know why, from where that biasness has come, but please do visit court. If you are in, if you are a judicial aspirant also, I have personally visited court, though I have never wanted to pursue practice, but I have also visited by many courts, including Delhi court, some other Assam courts also. Please visit court. It's wonderful journey, and have a look. If you have seen the other options, then you should visit courts. Otherwise, it's very difficult if you face interview in all judicial service also.
Yeah, I'm so sorry for the network error.
No, absolutely okay.
Yeah.
We can't help about technology.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Okay. But I
Yes,
want
sir.
to
So
add
you can
one
continue.
thing. Yeah, okay. Sorry. Law firm is also a wonderful option. Law firm is nothing but if 2 or 3 advocates, like MNF law firm, the 2 and 4 or 5, 6 friend, or one person, or more than one person, they have decided they would to collectively practice. Then it is, and if they have done, they form some partnership agreement and everything, then it's become law firm. In Delhi, in Guwahati also, nowadays I've seen so many law firm. Law firm is nothing but as situated where you can start your practice. So law firm is also very good and wonderful option nowadays. There are so many good law firm who are paying very hefty salary to the freshers also. So law firm is wonderful, and I hope everybody knows about law firm. There are confusion about LPO, legal process outsourcing, but law firm, everybody knows law firm. And actually, in normal local district judiciary, star senior is having
Let's wait for a moment. I hope so we'll be back. There's some network connectivity issue here.
Am I audible?
Yes, sir, you are.
Yeah. In a normal in a normal district judiciary, a star advocate having so many juniors, it's also kind of law firm, but there is no contact between, and the senior is also not paying the junior. You will need to work hard, and after the day's work, you have nothing in your hand. Then it's very demoralizing for them, because money is a motivating factor, I personally think. But in law firm, at least you are, it's kind of job you are having, but and you are certain that after a whole month of your hard work, you are being paid by them. And so law firm is a wonderful option. My next option is legal process outsourcing, LPO. Outsourcing what? Outsourcing means there are so many firms. The other company, they will get that, yeah, they will get done their legal work, especially drafting, convincing, etc., from you. But actually, the LPO, they are not doing the purely legal work. There is no section, there is nothing. There are German company, they will do. There are UK company, they will do. US company, they will do. But there are so many of my friends, they have told me that if you are very fond of law, but you have joined LPO, then that touch is missing actually. You because there will be no CRPC, no evidence, no IPC. There will be so many things we have not studied in your law, in your law faculty. So LPO is not for them, those who want to feel the law. LPO is just like a clerical job. You'll be paid handsomely. They will give you work, tremendous work pressure, everything. There are so many LPO you really can join. It's a good option, no doubt. But if you are very fond of law, you have to see CRPC in action. You want to see IPC in action. Then please don't pursue LPO as your career, because there is no CRPC, IPC, evidence, everything. Because there will be no touch of that particular, that four pillars of no constitution and anything. LPO, but another option, though it is linked with LPO, is that there are so many companies like Tata Consultancy Service, then other MNC. They are having their legal team, and each legal team is purposely dedicated with some other options, because one legal team, they will in-house legal command. If there is any litigation, then they will appear on behalf of that particular company to High Court, or respective High Court or Supreme Court, as the case may be, or District Court. There are patent team, intellectual property team. They will see that thing. So there are in-house counsel also. They will make their drafts, everything, contract, whether they are following the government norms and everything. So in a particular, in a very particular way, they have designed the MNC. They're very huge, because a company like Amazon, its worth is much higher than the whole economy of India, actually, much higher than economy, because they itself, their country. So they have designed the whole legal thing in a very wonderful way. So, but I have heard that to get this kind of job, you really need experience. Then your LPO or your law firm can provide that experience. If you really want to pursue that kind of job, they're very good job. Then you really need to have experience, either practice experience in High Court or High Court, Supreme Court, or lower court, as the case may be, or any LPO experience, law firm experience. You need to have experience, because in law or medicine, experience is intangible resource, because you cannot feel the experience, but experience is very important, because there are so many young advocates I know, they can perform better than that senior advocate. I also know, because my 3 years of experience, with my 3 years of experience, I can show. But still, litigant will chase a person having experience, because they don't want to fail. That's why I'm saying that having experience is a very good option. And if you want to pursue or get any MNC job or law officer job, then your experience is must. So to build your experience, soon after your LLB, please have that soon after your LLB, please have that bar council regulations and everything done as soon as possible and join that particular firm, so that your counting of experience start from day one itself. So having experience is a very good option. And I have seen so many person after LLB, they're in fitness business. And there is one restaurant in London also, Muli is very famous restaurant. It's opened by one two person from National Law University, Bangalore. So they are entrepreneurship also. I will not go far about this, but I know so many boy and girl, they are pursuing modeling as a career, and they are also flaunting their BLLB degree on the ramp itself. You really can choose other thing, but at the very end, if you want to feel low, then the choice is yours. Because if you pursue other thing other than legal thing, then you cannot feel low, and then all 5 years or 3 years, as the case may be, your whole endeavor will be completely useless. I will come to judiciary at the end of it.
Yes, sir, sure. So that brings me to another question. How difficult is it for a young graduate who does not have any godfather in the litigation industry to get into it and succeed there?
Sorry?
Sir, I'm asking how difficult it is for a fresh pass out to get into the litigation field where he does not have a godfather, and how difficult is it to succeed there?
No, it's indeed very difficult. It's really very difficult, because the young advocate, hardly he or she is 21, 22 age, he or she has no patience, and he has no godfather also, or any person in one. It's indeed very difficult, and because of probably this reason, people fresh graduates, they are not joining bar. So but still, it's my request, if you really want to pursue advocacy, then you really have to stick 5 years, minimum 5 years. You really have to come regularly to the court. You have to hear the argument of senior advocate in session court, magistrate court, CJM court. You really have to hear the argument, how they cross-examine the witness before you, what are the questions they can put to the witness, and what's a witness. Then you can feel, you have studied, I know, in evidence act, what is witness, what is leading question, etc., etc., etc. But in actual field, because this also, I am still sitting in the bench, but still for me also it's a very learning experience, because I have also studied what is leading question. I have given so many examples, but still to feel this leading question and to stop a advocate, please, you can't ask this question because you are leading the witnesses. So this is very different feeling altogether. So my request is that my request is that if you really want to pursue advocacy as a career, then you really have to stick. If you really don't have any godfather, because passions will pay. You really have to be patient, because if you study biography or autobiography of any wonderful advocate, Supreme Court, higher judiciary, one thing is very common. They really have a patience. You really have patience. You have to calm. The court may scream at you. Your senior may scream at you. Your litigant may scream at you. But with all your calm, cool, you really have to manage all these things. This is the hallmark of success so far advocacy is concerned, because I will not name so many advocates I have seen. They are very calm people. They are very calm. Okay, they accept everything. No, you can't ask the question. Okay, no problem. In the midst of all trouble, they are very cool, very cool. So cool and having passion, it's very key to success so far advocacy and practice. Both are concerned. And one thing I like to add is that sorry, if we're really having good writing skill, then it's very beneficial, because hardly if you draft a cell deed, hardly you need, if you have proper knowledge, then hardly nowadays you have computer and everything, hardly you need 1 hour or 2 hours, and they are paying, I will not reveal the amount here, but they are paying very handsomely. I will not reveal the amount here, but drafting is a wonderful thing, and English drafting especially, because in our locality, maximum drafting I have seen, CLD and other drafting, they are in Bengali. The person, the advocate who can really draft in a very better English, not only better English, legally proper, all all formalities, or he or she can have a extra mode of income, because I will force most thing on income, because income is really very important. I will repeat myself, because money is motivating factor. You really need money to have to take to get another brief, and it will motivate you to work harder, work better. And if you check the mm, LinkedIn profile or other profile of senior advocate, they actually write, I study for this particular case for 25 hours, I studied this for this kind of case for 48 hours. You really have to study. If you don't want to study, then it's very difficult. You have to continue study, whether even in bar or bench, you really have to study. Not only law books, or not only case law and other books also, you really have to study. There is no other option, because law is changing day by day. Because last in 2014, so for evidence in electronic evidence is concerned, there there is one case law, I think, Anwar case law. The Supreme Court says one thing. 2018 Shafi case law, Supreme Court says exactly the opposite. Nowadays, last month, Supreme Court has upheld the Anwar case. So you really have to have that eye. You have to chase Supreme Court. What the Supreme Court is actually doing. And fortunately, nowadays it's very easy to chase because of electronic media and because of digitalization of Supreme Court and other court also. So you really have to be in track so far these things are concerned. But advocacy, have patience, everything will follow apart.
So this brings me to my next question, which is that recently we have seen a trend develop of NLU and non-NLU culture. So what are the hurdles that are being faced by the students who belong from the so-called non-premium institutions, and how do they overcome those challenges?
Look, I have done my LLB from Assam University. I don't know whether you'd call it premier institute or non-premier institute. I don't know. But just because I will go to a premier institute, because in my locality there is no other option. So for me, this is a premier institute. But that branding of everything is not proper. If you really have that zeal and enthusiasm, you really can perform well. Because I was in Delhi, I have seen, with all due respect to everybody, I have seen the student of NLU, DU, and everything. They are not very, very superior than us. Because in my university, my seniors, my juniors, they are also doing very well. A person, a student from Bengali medium, especially having very good marks in English or class 10, class 12, he or she also very doing well. It's really, branding is actually not proper. Having a smart class will not improve your judicial acumen until and unless you are not very serious about your career. Smart class will not help, because it's very important. And Jyoti, I want to add this thing. The world is still run by person having Bengali medium course, Hindi medium course, Marathi medium course. The world has not come yet to the English medium student. Okay, our Manmohan Singh, late Pranab Mukherjee, they have all studied their Bengali medium. So branding is actually not important. Branding, the negative side of branding is that the person who has done from LLB or not so good college, I'm not so good college, he or she may be depressed. Oh, I have not done my LLB from this or that college. But this is not the way. You really can perform better, because it's at the end of the day, it's a professional course. If you can perform better in your field, whether it is judiciary practice, LPO, law firm, anything, nobody is asking from where you have done your LLB. Trust me, nobody has asked my class 10 percentage, class 12 percentage, my LLB percentage, from where I have done my LLB, because everybody will look at what you can write in your judgment or in your bail application, and amendment pleading, plaint, WS, rejoinder, etc. So people will judge you from their thing, not from your mark sheet. So having not pursuing LLB or LLM from so-called premier institute is not not it's, it's not that very bad actually. If you have that zeal, then you can outperform them also.
Okay. Thank you, sir. Which is so now we have also seen the increasing trend towards internships and field work. So, what do you think is actually how far are these things relevant today, and do they actually add to your career, or are they just a line in your CV?
This internship in National Human Rights Commission, competition commission, and other NGOs you can do, because 2 month vacation you can go and visit them, you can see that thing. Of course there of course there are benefits of that in internship also, but internship is not that thing. If some student they have not done internship, so it's not that very much important. But I would suggest, if you have free time, please visit any NGO, if it is very good NGO, or for National Human Rights Commission there are some procedures. For competition commissions there are some procedure. You please do check their website when they take students, law students, or social, yeah, work student for their internship. But doing internship, it is yeah, always good. And so far judiciary is concerned, I probably it has some persuasive value, but it's not that you have done internship then you will be selected for judiciary. It's not that thing. But if you are having 2 month vacation, so without wasting it on Facebook and Instagram, it's better to do internship. Of course, it's beneficial. And so far 2 month vacation is concerned, if you have, please visit local judiciary. You have to feel the pain of the people. If you visit the local judiciary, then your urge for studying will definitely improve, because India is not in mall, or if you pay 75 rupees for a cup of tea, then if you think that India is a developed nation, then you are fooling yourself. India is not in mall. India is in code, because I have seen very poor people, very poor people in medical college also. In school, I'm daily seeing a young lady carrying 3 children and filing domestic violence cases, 125 CRPC cases. This is very pathetic. So in your vacation time, please visit lo- local judiciary, so that you have better understanding of that particular thing, because emotions is very important. Emotion will drive you, then you can relate that thing with CRPC. You have not seen FIR in real sense, but if you study 154, then you can, then after checking the case record, you see the FIR, then you will feel that thing, because professional studies is all about feeling. And if you feel, then you can study better. This is my personal opinion. Feeling is very important, because at the end of the day we are so human, and emotions is nothing but our energy.
Absolutely, sir. Sir, also moving towards judiciary, which is your field of expertise, I would like to ask you, what was it that made you want to pursue judiciary, and how long was the process of preparation? And did you ever feel that you were ready to take on the exams, or did you just sit for it and it went good?
You are never ready. After giving mains examination, I think I was ready. After giving the examination, I was ready. Actually, you are never ready. It's really not possible. At the last hour, last second, you want to see that, check that section, that note, what they, because this exam is very mentally exhausting, because you know that thing. If you clear, then you have separate kind of life. If you don't clear, then your life will be the same. So that amount of pressure you need to handle. And there is pressure from your parental side. They will say, no, nothing will happen, nothing will happen. That nothing will happen, you will add more pressure to you. And your law friends will say, oh, you have done very well in LLB, you have to crack this exam. Your law friend will directly or indirectly, they will force you. It's natural. I'm not complaining about this, but thing is that there is immense pressure. So far my career is concerned, when I was in class, when I was in sixth semester, I decided actually that okay, judiciary is good option, because my mother told me that okay, you are doing LLB, fine, no problem, but you can't be in practice. You can do UPSC, APSC, no problem, but you can't be in, you can't be in litigation field. I don't know why. Probably she doesn't like practicing everything. because and I really want I really don't want that executive thing, because I personally think that legislature control executive. There is no difference between. So there is separation of power, but legislature do control executive, and union cabinet or central or state cabinet, they are actually executive. So they can phone you, they can control you any other way, and it is happening in country. So personally, I'm very independent kind of person. So judiciary give me that independence actually. There is no kind of pressure. Nobody can tell you that please pass this kind of order, please reject this bill, please accept this bill, this kind of thing. So we really do enjoy our share piece of independence. So it's very better. And frankly speaking, the salary is also very motivating factor. We are handsomely paid. So this is also very important, because at the end of the day, money also matter. Judiciary is the place where you can get that respect, plus that financial security and other, and you can feel the law. Most importantly, you can feel the law daily in your court. You can exercise that thing what you have learned. So this is very important, that you want to feel the law, then pursue practice judiciary as your career.
Sir, so when did you start preparing for mains and prelims? And first of all, how did you prepare for it? And where does one start? Does one start by reading the barracks or textbooks? How does one start the process of preparation? And
Starting
how do you prepare for it?
starting is very much problematic. Actually. Starting is very much problematic. So many of my juniors, they actually message me that how to start. Is very difficult how to start. But before starting, you really have to decide that okay, judiciary is the career I really want to pursue with your whole heart. Half-hearted decision will not help you, because it's a very long process, and in this process you may fail. You may clear prelims, but you have failed to clear the mains also. You may clear mains, you have failed to clear the interview also. This thing can happen, but mentally you really have to be ready for this kind of failure, because if you can't accept failure, then it's very difficult. Because I have so many of my friends and my juniors, seniors, I've seen they are very good students, but just because they failed to handle that failure, and they have just left their dream of becoming judges. So you should have that thing on mind. If I fail, then no problem. Next year I will definitely try. And please don't wait for notification. So many people will message me when the High Court will publish the notification for create the examination. When the High Court will publish, this is not your job. It's the job of the High Court. Please don't wait for notification. Waiting for notification, your mind will be diverted, and daily you will check the Guwahati High Court website that when the that Judicial Academy is publishing notification. It will be published this year or that year. It will be published. They will take examination. This is not important. The most important thing is that if there is 5 seats, then you should be selected. You should take that one particular seat at least. You don't need 3 or 4 seats. You need that one particular seat for yourself. So your main focus, how I can crack the examination. So for prelims and mains are concerned, I personally don't differentiate between. Though there is difference, I will tell how to prepare for prelims and how to prepare for mains. But don't differentiate mentally, because there are so many people. Oh, I will study for prelims this thing. I will not study for prelims this thing. For mains, I have separate thing. No, please don't do this. For prelims, you really have to more. For prelims, I'm saying you really have to concentrate more on barracks. It's must. From section 1, don't start from section 2. People start from definition part. Please start from section 1, from which year this act, this bill has become act, when the assent of the president is given. Because in so many examinations, especially Delhi judiciary, they ask this kind of question, and you will scream mentally. You will scream in the examination, why I have studied whole IPC, why I have not seen the section 1 of that act. In every act, in limitation, in easement act, every act is very important, because after passing after gazetted notification also, it takes time to give president to get the assent of the president. Some law 2 years, 3 years. So to have this thing, because act the year in the act will be different, accent will be different, the execution of the law definitely will be different, because after the assent of the president, the law will be in motion. So this is very important. Start from section 1. Then Bear Act is important. You need to study whole Bear Act. Please don't leave anything, because if you leave this particular section, it will come in your in the examination. It's not my experience. It's the experience of each and every student. They have not studied that particular section. These or that particular section has come in the exam. Please don't leave that I will study later on. This is not important. There is nothing or not important in professional course. Everything is important. At any point of time, it will come to you. In whether you are in bar or bench, at any point of time, it will come. So please read whole Bear Act, especially IPC, evidence, CPC. I will say about CPC. I know it's a universal pain. I know CPC. I will focus more on CPC. But IPC, you have to study whole syllabus. There are so many teachers, they will tell, no, skip this, skip this, skip this. But please don't skip. If you study and if you revise weekly or bi-monthly, then you will memorize. It's not that very difficult. It's really not that difficult. If you memorize, then everything will follow you. So far IPC is concerned, for prelims, general explanations, these are not very much important for mains, but for prelims, general explanation like dishonestly, voluntarily, what is animal, then fraudulently, injury. These definitions are very important, because if you have that better understanding of that particular definition, then you can understand the section very well. Section 406, section 405, section 420, they have used that time: voluntarily, fraudulently, dishonestly. What is the difference between dishonestly? What is the difference between voluntarily, fraudulently? So if you understand that particular definition, then you can use, like, what is injury? If someone threaten you to cause some to do harm, whether if it is tortious also, then also it will come under definition of injury. And section 384, for the word injury is used in extortion and everything. So you have a better idea of general explanation. So for prelims is concerned, and for mains also, because if you understand the particular definition, then you can write your own answer, because at the end of the day you have to write your own answer. Note getting notes from your senior will not help, because note study, you can't write the notes of other person in examination. This is my experience. This is not my experience. This is I've spoken to so many successful lawyers also. They have told me, study, make your own notes. And frankly speaking, I have made notes of each and every topic. There are so many persons, they have requested me to give them notes. I have given them, but it's not very beneficial to them actually, because at the end of the day you have to prepare your own notes. So for IPC is concerned, make notes topic wise, like kidnapping. What are the section of kidnapping? What are kind of kidnapping from India? What are the definition of kidnapping from guardianship, etc. Make separate notes. What is for a separating murder? There will be separate note. For couple homicide, not amount to murder, there will be separate note. There will be single note. Difference between couple homicide and murder, there will be separate note. Because you have to prepare for everything. Because in examination you have only 15 seconds. I have measured it. You have 15 seconds to think what to write and how to write. Only 15 seconds. Only 15 seconds. So 15 seconds is not very much time. So you really have to prepare very well. So prepare each and every note. And so far Assam Judiciary is concerned, please make your note very crisp and sharp and precise. If you can finish your note within 2 pages of A4 size page, then you are very good student. The topic may be Dan declaration, topic may be burden of proof, topic may be murder, topic may be right to life, topic may be right to equality, everything. But you have to finish your notes within 2 pages. Otherwise, you may write a thesis, but writing thesis in judicial examination is not demanded from you. It's absolutely not demanded, because if you skip a single answer, then the person who is checking your exam sheet, he or she has an impression that he or she cannot manage the time. And if you can't manage the time, then you are not fit to become a judicial officer. They probably they can't check your other answer very nicely, because if you skip a single answer, then it will send a very negative impression that you are not able to manage the time, because time management is very important. In in 3 hours you have to write 20 questions, and at least 20 minutes, 25 minutes you will be reading question, writing this thing, drinking water, going to toilet, is everything you need to calculate for this thing. I'm going a bit detailed because these things are very important. I have seen people, they are so much pressure. They're drinking so much water in examination hall. They have wasted 5 minutes. They have wasted 5 minutes. 5 minutes is missing what I should tell you. 5 minutes is so important in judicial service, because your selection is depend on that particular 5 minutes or 1 minute also. It's like a coco match. 1 minute also. Because if you waste 1 minute, then it will not help you. And wasting time is not very much. Now I'll say about CPC, Civil Procedure Code. This is a wonderful code. Our after independence also, not even a single union government can touch it. They have done some little minor operation, but still the core of the act is still same as in the year it was there in 1908. So CPC is very, is the law student migraine, I can say. Law student migraine, CPC, and is a national phenomenon. It's from Kashmir to Kanyakumari. Each and every law student, jurisprudence and CPC, they jurisprudence they somehow managed, because it's not very important subject so far judicial service is concerned in maximum of the states. But CPC, you can't skip CPC, because whole civil practice is completely based on CPC. If you don't know CPC, then your knowledge of Transfer of Property Act, your knowledge of Limitation Act, your knowledge of Specific Relief Act will not help you. CPC is so systematically written actually, because there is one part is subjective part and the other part is procedural part. The order rules are procedural part. Section part is the subjective part. It talks about rights and liabilities of parties. If that particular thing talks about right and liabilities, then its part is subjective part, and the rest order and rule are procedure. How you will approach the code, which code will have the jurisdiction, and how to write the petition, how to write the plaint. If the plaint is filed, then how to write the WS. The norms are there, rules are there, and you need to follow. You have to study that subjective part along with the procedural part. You have to read section 133 along with order 5 and subsequent rule. You have to read order 6 along with that sections which are available. So for that, you really need a good teacher. Because for me it's very difficult for a student, because if you don't study in LLB, then it's very difficult to start afresh. For this you need a good teacher, and Tagwani will help. Tagwani is a good book. I will not suggest any other book. Tagwani will help, but still you have to start this thing. And please keep CPC barrack, the big barrack, not the small barrack, big barrack, and read the cases given in the barrack. Universal big barrack, and read the cases given in the back barrack, and subsequently case law. There are so many case law of order 39. They have not changed, because CPC is like Sanskrit. It's like Sanskrit mantra. If you by heart in your childhood, then you still remember this thing. Nobody can force you to forget the Sanskrit mantra. So there are so many case law in CPC. If you really study those case law, right now I can't give you. Probably in subsequent, if some people can mail me, I will give those list of this case law. If you read this particular case law, then that your the law regarding that particular topic will be very much clear. So for suppose order 39 is very important, order 38, order 20 on execution, it itself is a subject. There are 106 rules are there in order 21. Itself is a paper. I personally suggest that in execution there should be a separate subject, execution and limitation. CPC should be taught in a 2 separate semester. In whole 1 semester, CPC is not sufficient. In 1 semester, the CPC excluding order 21, and in next semester order 21, only order 21, then limitation and specific relief act, because specific relief act is the door. The act is the door by which you can apply the CPC. You have to enter through specific relief, because all the suits are filed through specific relief act. So you need to have those permanent injunctions. These are not dealt with CPC. CPC deals with only temporary injunctions. So these are very important thing. You have to study the difference between. If you have to know the civil, I will not say CPC. Civil means you have a proper knowledge of Transfer of Property Act, Civil Procedure Code, Facility Act, and the Limitation Act. Because you can you have made the whole plain WSN etc etc etc, but your suit is barred by limitation. There is no point of writing that wonderful or drafting that wonderful plan. So you should have the idea of Limitation Act and other allied laws. And so far Guwahati High Court is concerned, we have civil rules also. These rules are very important, and civil rules and criminal rules also, because there are so many people I have also seen in, you have studied that particular thing, but when you go to the court, the things are different. Actually, things are not different. In court, we follow rules, the civil rules, that criminal rules, stamp tag. Because if someone is late, then double stamp is paid. It is not arbitrary rule. The Stamp Act is there, and we are guided by the Stamp Act. There are so many rules: how to file the bail, how to file the bail bond, etc. CRPC is not saying. The respective High Court has framed that particular rule for their pecuniary or territorial jurisdiction. So it's very important that you should know that particular rule also. Is very important. CPC, I know that 1 hour lecture if I give on CPC, it will not suffice. But please don't afraid of CPC. Please read. Love the start from index, because if you read index, then your relationship with the CPC will improve. And if you love CPC, he or she will also love you. Start from the index. Which order 5 is someone, order 6 is 8, order 7 is that thing, order WS reading shown of, set of, etc etc. Which order is saying what? You should start from the index, that content of the CPC. Then you can open the book. So please open the book. Please don't get scared off by CPC. It's a very wonderful wonderful law, and it will help you. And you can't skip CPC. So far constitutional law is concerned, you read case law, it will be sufficient. And please go through the bare act of the constitution for prelims and also for the main. Bare act is very, very important. And especially that financial relationship between, legislative relationship between state and GST, because now GST has come. These topics are very important so far your legal assets as concerned, and or constitutional law answer is concerned. And read Union judiciary and state judiciary together. Read Union executive and state executive together. Read president and governor together. Today you read president, next day you read governor. Okay, because the maximum articles are same. So constitutional law is very important. You cannot skip constitutional law, and make sure that you, before appearing for prelims, you have at least more than 2000 MCQ you have solved of constitution. Only 2000 MCQ you have to solve of constitution, because solving MCQ so far constitutional law is concerned will help you, because so many things you may skip, but when you see as a form of question, then it really can help you. So for having a MCQ so far constitutional law is concerned, it will help. Evidence Act is very small act, but for me it's very difficult act. It's very, very difficult act, because whole case management or case is completely depend on burden of proof, and section 154 impeachment of the credit of the witness, everything. You need to study very nicely and along with textbook. Please don't read Avtar Singh and Batuklal. Maximum of you are reading. There is one student edition of Justice Munir or M. Nageshwara Rao of Osmania University. Please go through these two books. If not two, then please go through one of these books. Please don't read Avtar Singh. With all due respect to each and every one, please don't read Batuklal and Avtar Singh. Go through this book and read particular case law, like Order 6, res gestae, order, what the difference between res gestae and sorry, Section 6 and Section 32 Dan Declaration, and read some wonderful Privy Council judgment, because if you read this judgment, your concept will be definitely clear. And try to make your notes, because I have done this. That's why I'm with conviction. I'm saying I have read many case law and I have made my notes not from the textbook actually, because everybody is making their notes from textbook, and so it's very boring and monotonous. Please make your notes from that case law, because their judges, they write so nicely, so eloquently, they write, because the quality of notes will improve, and within a single line you will say so many things. And one thing is very important, because your answer sheet will be checked in maximum of state judiciary by a district judge level officer. So person who is checking your answer sheet is not an academician. He don't like lengthy thing. He like very simple thing, which is very nicely placed before him. So he is not a academician. Say with less word. So judges, they say with less word. Not like Justice B.R. Krishna Iyer is writing so much lengthy judgment. That don't worry about your English. Keep things very simple. If you write simply with concept, then it will help you. Don't write with no concept and very Shakespearean English, then it will not help you. They will understand that is empty mental sound mass kind of thing will be like you can impress them. And don't leave a single question. You have to attempt 20 out of 20. There is no other option. Evidence Act, please read. Evidence is very important. Transfer Property Act, the first part, especially before sale part, is also very important. So far prelims is concerned, practically they will come and go, not that much, but so far prelims is that part, and that part is a bit different. You have to read with any book, no problem. All books are, I have found all books are good. The first part before, from section 1 to section 53, I guess 50 to 53, these are all conceptual. These pendants, these are all conceptual. You have to read this thing, otherwise for prelims. And the 54 sale, lease, gift, etc, 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 these are also very important for mains actually. And if you are pursuing West Bengal judiciary or Delhi judiciary, then Muslim law is also very important paper, because West Bengal you can choose. So you have to read Hiba, list, Muslim gift, or Hindu law gift along with this, that particular, because I have found is very similar, and it will save your time also, because I've given West Bengal judiciary twice. I have cleared mains also, and I don't know the reason why they have not selected me in the interview. The reason not best known to them actually. So for West Bengal, you can go through this Muslim law also, in Muslim law, Hindu law, as the case may be. So far other tort is concerned, and studying, yes, studying is very important. Start from tort. Your tort is a comparatively easy subject. Comparatively easy subject. Start from tort and contract 1 to 75. Contract 1 is also very important. Read the barrack very nicely. Any book, like I will suggest that Avtar Singh book, because specific related is also there. Avtar Singh book is very good. So far contract 1 and contract 2 is concerned. Contract 1 is more important than contract 2. Contract, so please go through the barrack of the contract 1 especially, or prelims is concerned, and make notes on each and every topic. Make notes on each and every topic. Making notes will save your time in mains examination, and you will be having at least 1 or 2 minutes advantage than others. So far other subjects are concerned, it will vary. Languages, I will come to language. Language is also very, frequently asked question. Assamese language, so far as Assam is concerned, because frankly speaking, I have done my schooling from central school, so there was Bengali, but we central school students don't like Bengali very much. We are so Hindi speaking. So I have personally not read Bengali very much. So it was my misfortune, I can say. But I have studied Assamese like a law paper. I have given equally respect to the Assamese paper, because I know if I can't crack Assamese, then my whole hard work for law paper, English and GK are concerned, it will be of no use. So far Assam is concerned, the thing is that Hindi, Bengali, Assamese grammar are 85% similar. So you should have better understanding of Assamese grammar. It will help you. And in Assamese, you have to get only 18 out of 50. It's a qualifying paper. So you have to get 80. So grammar will help you, because the examiner can, if you write the proper grammar, correct grammar, then examiner can't deduct your mark. Grammar is also very important. And if you can manage to write the Assamese properly, then it will help. Language is also very important. Please do due respect to English, because English is also law paper is 200, GK is 100, and English is also 100. So the High Court is giving much importance to GK and English also. English, I will suggest, is especially daytime. Please read your English and start from middle school level. Please don't think that you know English very much. Please don't think that you know English very much. Start from class 6, 7, level 10s, narration, etc., etc. Please do start, because yeah, I have seen people, they are writing so many good English, but there are some mistakes. Is, are, then, that, etc. Very silly mistakes. Then, but that silly mistakes is also very fatal so far examination is concerned. And try to get that antonyms, synonyms properly from any proper English book. Read Hindu newspaper. It's online, 99 rupees per month nowadays. They have stopped publishing that hard copy now. So please read the newspaper, especially the editor and that column, that essay column, and improve your essay writing quality. You can add that thing also if you're writing an essay, because essay writing is not complete, because you're writing on essay on judicial activism, and day before your exam, the Supreme Court has passed something very funny about so far judicial activism is concerned. Then you will have to add that particular thing, because it will improve your essay. So essay writing is a continuous process. You need to check other website like Quint, Bloomberg, where of left-leaning website, and EPW. EPW also, there you can subscribe EPW, because the contents are also very good. And your day-to-day understanding also is also very important. And so far general knowledge is concerned, please read Assam general knowledge, plus read newspaper, because today's current affair is tomorrow's general knowledge. So having a good current affairs knowledge is also help your general knowledge. Or general knowledge, there is no loosened book you can have. There is no hard and fast rule. General knowledge is you can improve your general knowledge within 1 month. So start reading books or newspaper, other nice website, international website also, news channels. Don't watch Hindi news channels. They are not very useful. Reach NDTV and other thing, especially after night, good shows, good, not very commercial shows, but good shows. So it will definitely help your current affair. And GK, I do not say much about GK, because GK, you can't improve GK 1 month. It is a continuous process. A bit luck also you need. And please improve your antonyms, synonyms, one-word substitution every time. And I don't know whether they are asking nowadays, because small maths, percentage maths, state, distance, time, that kind of numericals are also very important. In my time, they have asked that kind of mental arithmetic kind of question. It's also very, you should keep voice change, etc., etc. So please read your GK or English in daytime. Make a diary that this is the topic I will read today. After completion of that topic, mark with green pen. And if you not complete that particular topic, that particular day, mark with red pen. On next day, you again write that topic and complete it. It's not that you have write on January 1st and second day you have not completed that burden of proof. Please do write, if not completed burden of proof on 2nd January, please mention that today I will read burden of proof. Otherwise, it will help in 2 ways. The first thing is that you can track yourself. Tracking is very important. Except tracking your goods of Amazon and Flipkart, you have to track yourself also. It's very important. The second thing is that at the end of whole year or 6 months, you have a basic idea that this is the topic I have read. When you know that you have read that particular topic, then it will improve your confidence. Okay, it will improve your confidence. Okay, burden of proof I know. Order 17, rule 9 I know. Order 5 I know. Order 6 I know. And then dying declaration I know. Or other murder I know. So when you flip through your diary, then you can see that this is a topic that I have studied. Then if the examiner asks this question, then I can answer you very nicely, or write the answer very properly. Because if you write that particular thing, then you definitely have made the notes of that particular thing. So this is very important to maintain a particular diary. And maintaining a diary is not very time consuming. I have maintained till today. Actually, I am maintaining. I have my list to do kind of thing, and it's very dear to me. I will also always maintain this kind of diary. it will help me to track, to read a new case law, etc., etc. Because I being a very young judge, I need to update myself on a regular basis. Otherwise, your mere selection in judiciary will not help to to keep
Uh,
you up in the job. Okay.
So, sir, thank you. That was very insightful for all judiciary aspirants, I hope. Lastly, sir, I would like you to share your experience as a judicial magistrate in the last 3 to 4 years that you've been in practice.
Today, I have completed 3 years in judicial service. 2017, 7 September, I have joined as judicial magistrate. After 6 or 7 months, I was given additional responsibility of special railway magistrate. The Railway Act, and there are so many Railway Act. Railways Act is there. Railway Property Unlawful Possession of Property Act is also there. So I have not studied in LLB. So I have studied those kind of case law, direct and effort. I is like a normal law student. I have to study because I have to adjudicate upon this thing. Because without knowing of that proper law, how can I educate? So I have studied Railway Act and other some railway rules also. So you need to study. You cannot base that this paper is not there in my LLB, then I will not take the brief, or I will not educate upon that particular paper. You need to study. So far, so good. 3 years is very wonderful experience. Still I am learning. Still I'm a law student actually. People may say that I'm judicial magistrate, but I personally think that I'm a law student, and it will keep me very rooted actually.
And, sir, finally, what would your message be to all the law students who are watching you right now, and especially during the COVID times? What is it that you'd like to tell us?
Visit High Court website. There are judgment orders are there. See their judgment and orders, how they analyze the law, how they interpret the section, especially Supreme Court, especially higher court. They're wonderful judges. India has produced wonderful judges. It will help you. And please don't stop studying. If you don't study, then law is not a very good career for you. You need to study continuously. It's a very pious profession, whether it is advocacy or judgeship, but you need to study. You have to balance that professional thing and academic thing. So please don't waste your time. Pandemic will come and go. It will next year probably it will be there, but still you don't stop studying, because if you stop studying, then you can't reach there. And I know so many of my juniors. They have huge potential. When I see them, actually there lot of them inspire me to to study a lot actually. So it's for me also, they are also very inspiring. They also keep motivating me. So please keep studying. One day or another you will.
Thank you, sir. Thank you for joining us and spending an hour with us. It was very insightful. That is all for today, and thank you everyone for joining us. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Singh and ML Law Firm. Thank you very much.
Okay, sir.